There we go.
Okay.
Oops. Trying to not get the. It's too bright. Ugh. Whatever.
It happens. It happens. You live and learn. These are the
Mm.
the beautiful growing pains of video production and streaming.
Yep. Yeah. So very cool to get to talk to someone behind the game.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me here, Brandon, and yeah, I'm excited to try and answer whatever questions you have, and yeah, so yeah, I guess for those who don't know, I'm Ray Carsillo. I'm the brand social and marketing manager for BossTeam Games. We're the publisher behind Cobra Kai Card Fighter, and yeah, Brandon, whatever you want to ask, buddy, within
Sorry,
reason.
because my friend just donated 10 bits. Thank you, bud. I don't have an alert box. I just made this like scene or whatever for this. I'm sorry. But thank you. Eh, no, but yeah, so I know I asked you before this if you were into Cobra Kai, so I think a nice easy question first. Out of the 3 seasons, which was your favorite?
Oh, that is a great question. Each season holds a special place in my heart, I think, for a variety of different reasons. But if I had to pick, I think season two is still my favorite. Just the return of Kreese, Stingray coming into his own. I think I think obviously the cliffhanger at the ending. I think season two, it's the I call it the Empire Strikes Back season. So I would say that is my I say season two is my favorite of the 3 seasons thus far. So
Yeah, season two, like I just got a friend into Cobra Kai and I'm planning on showing him the game once he finishes all the seasons, but
mm.
I I just got him through season 1 and he was like he he was like, "Wow, that was a crazy finale. I don't think they top it." And I'm like, "Ooh, ah."
Well, I think they'll yeah, no, that the finale to two for sure is obviously yeah, I mean they definitely I think raised the stakes. The great thing about season one is that it it kind of ends that if they for some reason wanted to end the series right there, it is a good cliffhanger, but at the same time everything felt kind of the major themes of that season were tied up, right? Johnny's redeemed, obviously Cobra Kai is on top, and that was the whole point of things. But then, yeah, what they do with season two, they take it to a whole nother level, obviously with new characters like Tori, and then yeah, obviously in season three does the similar things. But I think to me, season two, right now, it's probably the peak.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first started watching the show, when I was getting through season 2, I
Mm.
I was kind of the same way as my friend where I was like, "Oh, it's just like I felt like, all right, well, where could they really go here with this show if it's just going to be like a big fight, another big fight, and then
Mm.
what happened at the end of season 2 happened. I'm trying not to spoil too much in
Yeah,
case anyone.
we're trying to avoid spoilers, of course.
But
Yeah, if
what
you haven't seen it,
happened?
but watch it on Netflix.
Yeah. But and I was like, so the box that because like every show has like their little box. It's like, all right, they're not gonna do this, they're not gonna do that. The box just gets much wider. It's like, okay, so they are gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they are smartly tapping into a lot of their past from the Karate Kid films, as well as making sure that there's a proper payoff for every. They I like to they answer some questions, they tie up some loose ends, and then they make sure that there's enough still open to build on and open things up to a third season or a fourth season now. And so I think uh it'll be yeah, it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be great as it's continues to go on. And they're very smartly doing everything. The guys over there, Hurwitz and Schlossberg and all the guys over at the showrunners are doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, I'm so excited for season 4, but also, I mean, I had on my other screen here, I had questions, and I put right at the bottom, and now I laugh because I wrote these out on like maybe Wednesday. I'm like, all right, I could just add here once the update comes out. Oh, what something about this, something about whoever the new character. No, the update decides I don't feel like coming out. And it's
Yeah.
nothing. I from what has been told to us, it's nothing in your control. But it's just like, ugh,
Yeah.
it's
So there is supposed to be a new update coming out very soon. In fact, actually, with fingers crossed, I'm hesitant to say it, but it is fingers crossed. It should be coming out like today, like within literally within hours, if not sooner. We have posts ready to go. We're ready to blast it out there. There was a delay, like you mentioned. There was a delay originally on our end. It was supposed to come out a couple of weeks ago. Then there was a delay on our end. We realized there was something else that we could finish and wrap up for this update, and because it is a big deal whenever you update something in the respective stores, that we were like, let us delay it a week and let's wrap this other thing up, um, and let's get it into this update, and we did that, and then there was there was some red tape and some other things that we had to deal with, unfortunately, that then pushed it back to which we hope that we will have cut through that by the end of day today, and that we will be able to get that new update out to you. And we are super excited to get it out to everybody because this is our biggest update. So this is our 10th update. Most of the other updates were bug tweaks or new sensei passes. This is a massive update in terms of gameplay, in terms of we have a new accessibility option. Um, so I think that we're really excited to be getting this out to everyone. And yeah, I wish it's a shame. I was even hoping that we could have had it out this morning to possibly answer your questions or be able to talk about things more, but I'm not able to go into the specifics of the update with it still kind of in limbo. Again, the hope is, as of right now, my last update. I'm telling you right now, folks. My last update. This update should drop today. Um, so fingers crossed.
yeah. Well, I hope so. I've really like, I kind of when it first came out, I was super into it, and I was like, all right, let me wait, because I was like, I never bought the Stingray pass. I was Because, like, Stingray, he's the meme, he's the legend, but I'm like,
Yes.
if I'm gonna buy a character, it's not gonna be Stingray. Let me wait for a couple of more of, like, some of my favorite characters to come out. And then the Crease Pass got announced, and I'm like, okay, this one I'm gonna have to buy, because the idea is to get as many of the major characters as I can, and then that was given away for free, and I was like, wow, that was cool.
Yeah, we did that as a make good. That we did that as a make good because we had some issues with. We've had some issues, right? I'm not going to deny that we haven't had some bugs with the game. We haven't had some problems, and we wanted to reward the people who have stuck by us as we've worked through that. We're a new publisher. This is our first game. We're working on other games. We've announced the Evil Dead game that's coming out. We announced that at the Game Awards last year, and then we showed off a new gameplay trailer for that at the Summer Game Fest. But the one thing I can tell you is because it looks like it literally just dropped. It's not the full update. It's not the full update, but if you check your phones, the new Sensei Pass
Oh!
is Johnny Lawrence. That literally just dropped. Um, so that literally just dropped. That is not the full update, though. That is not everything, but that is the first piece. So that's fun. Um,
Johnny, Johnny's the new cap. Wow.
yeah.
Okay. I gotta be honest, didn't expect Johnny, because I know a lot of the talk. So in the Discord, a lot of it was either Daniel or Kyler,
Yes. Yeah.
and
No, they're one thing that we have told on the Discord is um we have new characters coming out every month from now until the end of the year, like this, with new sensei passes. So we are not um Yeah, we got a lot of new characters coming. I can't tell you who they are, but if you're a fan of Cobra Kai, I think you're gonna be very, very happy, very, very happy with who we have coming down the line. But right now, Cobra Kai's back, baby. We had to get Johnny Lawrence in the game. Johnny Lawrence is the new Sensei Pass.
That's awesome. I've been super excited for Johnny. He's one of my favorites up there with Miguel and Dimitri. I just bought the Dimitri character in the shop, and I made a joke to, I mean, I don't think he's here right now, to one of my mods, and I said, you know, it would be my luck that I would buy Dimitri, and then as soon as the update drops, it's gonna be Johnny. So it's like there's no gap in between the purchase. It's like, nope, you're going straight into another purchase. And now that it's out and it's Johnny, I'm like, yep, okay, so there's no way I'm not that I'm missing Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah, so that should be that should be coming to your phones. If it's not on your phones yet, it should be here soon. So yeah, so I guess I can say that much. But yeah, we got other stuff coming in the update, a lot more stuff coming in the update. But yeah, no, Johnny is the he's the OG, right? He's the OG. Well, I mean, technically, Kreese is the OG Cobra Kai, but Johnny is the guy who brought it back to life. And so yeah, I mean it's one of those things where yeah, that's the thing. We want to make it tempting for you guys to get as many characters as possible. Obviously, I think we have a pretty full roster. If you just download the game, which of course is free to play on iOS and Android. But you know, the premium characters, they add something a little new, something a little special, and like I said, we've got a lot more coming down the line until the end of the year. I think we got 6 right now confirmed in the pipeline, and I think we're working on a 7th. So we're ready to go, and we are super pumped for you guys to play. And yeah, there it is. Johnny's your new Sensei Pass for this month.
Another thing I have to say that's like crazy is that so when the game launched, really all I could think about was all right, so Johnny, Daniel, and Kreese were who I could think of that was missing. Then you're here, yeah, we have Kreese out already, but then we have and then Johnny now, and it's like we also have another 6 that's like I can't even think who that would be. It's
Well, we're not giving away any
of
spoilers. We're not
course
we're not we're not we're not saying we want you guys to stick around. You know, we got more coming. Yeah, and we're super excited for who they are. Is that we're going to reveal them. We've especially got a lot of stuff planned around the holidays. I think October is going to be a real big month for us in a lot of ways. That's all I can say. But yeah, at this point, just kind of excited to hopefully soon get this full update out, which I don't believe it's fully out. It's not rolled out yet because I'm looking, and the big features are not in there. But the new Sensei Pass is a good start. So, but expect more by the end of the night.
that's
Fingers
great.
crossed.
That's great. Oh, I don't know if this is supposed to. I mean, the app, if you can see that, the app description kind of says what's going on here.
Has it updated? Has it
Kind of
updated on the App Store?
kind of looks like it did because it says something about like challenge a friend.
Okay, then
yeah.
yeah, great. Then yes, if it hasn't updated to your phone yet, folks, then we can officially say now. I can confirm that when the update just hit my phone, so it should be hitting everybody else's. So this is a big deal. So let me just go over it, if you don't mind. Challenge a friend. This is something that has been asked for a while. This has been something that we've been that people have been asking for. There's a new social aspect stuff with Facebook. You can now challenge your friends to one-on-one matches. This is something that's been asked for us since day one. We wanted it in there since day one, but there have been a variety of hurdles with the coding. It is there now. You can now challenge your friends. There's a new daily leaderboard uh, option. So I know in the Discord there's Gladian, I think his name is, who's constantly touting that he's first place. Well, now he has to earn first place. There's still the overall leaderboards, but now there's a daily leaderboard as well, and you'll be able to earn rewards through the daily leaderboards, which of course is a big deal. We think is it'll hopefully allow people to understand that it's a mighty task to catch Gladian and his 4,000 ranked wins, but you can still be the champion for a day. So we've added that. In terms of accessibility, this was a big deal for us. We added a colorblind mode. There were some folks who had complained to us early on that, and this is on us, and we admit this. The red, green, blue cards were difficult for them to discern the differences. So we added a colorblind mode for folks who have that issue, because we wanted to this. So you just go into the options, you can turn that on, and it should be easier for you to read the colors on your cards so you can play better. And of course, the new season pass. So Johnny is there, and there's also now a new subscription to that if you want. Like I said, we've got new characters coming out every month. You can get what we calling the VIP pass, which basically means that instead of buying month to month, you can have it automatically renew, and you are guaranteed then you will get every character in that pass without having to re-up every month. It's just a minor convenience thing, but again, it kind of just reinforces our promise to you that for the next 6 months at least, we are doing a new character, a new Sensei Pass every month until the end of the year and beyond. So
That's awesome. That definitely is a very major update. Yeah, that's big. That's a big one.
yeah, so we're super excited. The only other thing too, this is actually great that I'm talking to you, is that when you start the game now after the update, you have to put this. Only should be only a one-time thing. You'll have to put in your birth date because of a certain age, because there's rules that you have to be of a certain age to do online play, because we are listed as a 12 plus game on iOS and Google Play. So again, we are recommend that you are 12 and up to play Cobra Kai Card Fighter. So I don't think that should be a problem for most of these. So
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting timing that just dropped while we're chatting, but yeah, that's that's really cool. And so all the new like the monthly characters, they're all gonna be Sensei Pass characters, not like how you buy like Hawk or Dimitri or Tori.
no, yeah, so no, and then the thing is they're actually gonna be part of the VIP pass, which actually, so the Sensei Pass used to be $5.99 per month. The VIP pass is $4.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. So like if you get your VIP pass today, you're locked in for the month with Johnny, and then you can cancel it if you want. Or you can keep it rolling, and then you'll get the next character and the next character and the next character until you decide to cancel. So that's a small change between the Sensei Pass and the VIP Pass. It's not just the Sensei Pass anymore, but it's cheaper in the long run. So you'll be able to, like I said, if you don't want if you want to cancel your subscription after this month and do it month to month, you can still do that. But we give you the VIP pass now to make it easier. You also get other discounts in the store. So your cards, your packs, you get other bonuses along with the VIP pass. More coins for watching ads. So there's other things in there along with it to try and get you in there. But yeah, like I said, new characters until the end of the year. So new passes, I should say, until the end of the year.
Uh, I know at least so far all the Sensei Passes have had like one like skin for
Mhm.
an existing character. What is it for this one?
You'll still it'll still be actually I can double check. I can look at it right now and double check. Right now, this month's extra costume is casual Aisha. And it's kind of similar. It's going to work out similarly to previous ones where you get one alternate costume, several different card backs, different rings, different banners, plus coin, fight card, and cash bonuses. Um, but yeah, the extra costume for this Sensei Pass is casual Aisha. So Aisha gets her alternate costume this month.
Oh, that's cool. So I do have a question here. So someone asked about uh the coin currency, if there's gonna be somewhere down the line a way that you could like more stuff to spend the coins on.
That is a great question. That is something that we are talking about. Something that we are that we definitely want to incorporate more into the game. We understand that it's been very easy for a lot of folks to kind of just hoard their coins and their cash. Although we do tell people, obviously, when you get to the mission, it's a great way to upgrade your cards is to spend coins on booster packs. Um, but it is something that we are looking into the future to where you could possibly it's something we are debating internally for sure, but at the moment the coin system, it's basically the same as it ever was. We have not added any new real purchasable things via coins at the moment.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, that would be a good thing, but obviously there's a whole bunch of things that I'm not thinking of with that, so yeah.
There's balancing issues. There's obviously, I mean, look, as a free to play game, we are not hiding the fact that obviously how we make our money is by premium purchases, right? Like by costumes and characters and things like that, right? Like we're very proud of the fact that we're not pay to win, that you could very easily go online and compete just by playing through the regular game. Um, everything at this point is cosmetic. Although, like I said, you could get booster packs through coins, but that's also why the booster packs, at least right now, are still random. Um, so there is a bit of a grind if you want to bring those cards up to a certain level. But even if you do, it's not so unbalanced that if you have maxed out cards, you could still lose by luck of the draw to somebody who has a basic deck, right? So again, the more time you spend in deck manager, the better your deck will be, the better you'll be able to learn the ins and outs of your deck. But yeah, at the moment, we have a precarious balance, and we're happy with how it's playing. So we have not added any of those other features, those being able to buy stuff through coins yet.
Yeah, like very thankfully because a lot of even like full on console games, but mobile games too, have just gone to the point where it's like, do you want a win button? Pay $10. And it's
Yeah,
nowhere near that. It's
yeah,
like I feel like going into every and it's good though, because even though there's the premium characters, they're not like better characters, they're just different. Like,
yes.
it's not where if I'm seeing like a stingray or like a crease or a hawk, I'm like, well, I'm dead. It's then I'm like, okay, so this person has that character. Doesn't
Yes.
say anything about if they're gonna win, they're gonna lose. It's very well balanced in that way.
Yeah, thank you. We really took a lot of time and effort in that because yeah, exactly like you said, different characters have maybe different combos. Um, obviously, and like obviously, I always use the Miguel example. His is kick, punch, kick, but obviously, Stingrays is different, and Creases is different, and they have their signature cards. But like you said, their signature cards aren't so different or overpowered than anyone else's signature cards. It's just their punches or their kicks or whatever they may be. So yeah, so that's we took a lot we did took a lot of testing and a lot of time, and we were very focused on the balance because we do want this to be something that people play hopefully for a long time, especially when one day, and it will happen, unfortunately not this update, but it will happen, but we will be bringing tournament mode at some point in the future. I do promise that is something that is on our horizon now. Like I said, challenge a friend in colorblind mode was something that was this update along with other things. But tournament mode's coming, folks. It's not here quite yet.
So I assume for like a tournament mode you would want to use what they used in like the tutorial, the little like all valley background.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, we're trust me, we're also working on different arenas and different backgrounds. That is something that we know that the fans have really wanted and something we are definitely looking into providing more of. Um, Yeah, it is definitely something that when tournament mode arrives, you're going to have some special scenarios there, for sure. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but yeah, we're gonna when tournament mode does arrive, which again we're not announcing a date for that yet, but it is still being worked on. It is still happening. It is still coming. I wanted to give that brief update there. Yeah, you are going to get you're going to get a lot more stuff than just the mode.
That
That'll be our
sound
next major update.
that sounds very, very good. Again, you mentioned Gladion. I think he seemed very excited for a tournament mode coming. So yeah.
There's a few folks for sure. We know that I know that some folks want certain things. We are aware. Trust me, we are very aware, and we're doing the best we can to um to do everything we can. Again, we're a small team. We're a small publishing team. We're a small development team with Gamaga, out of Chile, down in South America. They're a bunch of great guys. But we're doing the best we can, and we're working as hard as we can to keep the game updated and to make sure that when we do roll something out, that it's for the maximum benefit for the game and for the players, and for you guys to have continued enjoyment. So, and we appreciate your continued support.
Uh, yeah. The game is just fun. You know, I mean, I'm not one of these people in the very high ranking. I'm in like because I didn't play ranked battles much for the longest time because I would
Mm,
play the game a lot like on the bus and stuff like that, and I never had a good internet connection at the time. So I
mm,
would just play against the AI, which you don't really get much for that, but it's just fun. And then so I got asked a little while ago, what rank I'm in. I'm in like white something, and I'm
yeah.
just like, yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not too competitive with it, but I like logging on and having fun and getting the different characters. I remember when it first came out back in March, right?
Yes, mid March. Yeah.
When it first came out in March, I started playing and I mean because there were at the time three like grayed out characters. Like obviously every character you don't have is grayed out, but
Right.
there were just three that weren't like no one knew who they were because they weren't in the game yet, but no one knew
Right.
that. So it was just a
Yeah.
scramble to try to figure out how you get these three characters. And I remember looking at them and I'm like, this one kind of looks like Kreese. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, now we know it was Kreese, but I'm like, this one kind of looks like Kreese. So I was like, let me just rewatch this trailer real quick to just see if, like, Kreese is in the game somehow. Because I was thinking maybe it's the end of, like, all the campaign missions you get
Right.
characters, but no. And then I'm just watching it, and I remember in one of the trailers, I slowed it down because I did that for whatever reason. And they had it was like a bracket type of thing representing tournament mode, and one of the characters like listed there was Daniel. And so I mean it's not the biggest surprise to say I'm sure like Daniel's planned. I mean if
I mean, we're again, we're not confirming or denying
right.
anything, but you can an eagle-eyed fan is probably aware of a couple of the characters that are coming. That's all we'll say. I mean, we're not again, I can't confirm or
Right.
deny, but again, like I said, I also want to harp on the fact we've got 6 new characters coming in the next 6 months. So yeah, so even if you were to guess one or two, I think there's gonna be a couple of surprises in there that we think you're all gonna be pretty excited about.
The like I've mentioned it to I think just in the server that with the exception obviously before of like Johnny, Daniel, like those are
Mhm.
the easier ones to think of. It's like you could think of like maybe just like it's hard to think of who it is, and then once it gets added, you're gonna be like, oh, it's person. Oh,
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that everybody once they're revealed be like, "Oh, of course you're adding this character." But we're not going to spoil the surprise because that's half the fun. So, but yeah, no, I think everybody's going to be very very happy with the characters that we've chosen. And I think that um I think people are going to be very excited to see uh yeah, what we add to the game even beyond this year. So, because we have plans, um, as long as the show keeps going.
so
So,
another thing. that, and I mean it's fitting with the new with Johnny, is that with Johnny it's now, if I'm remembering this right, it's now 9 Cobra Kai, because it was 6 on each side, and then the
Yeah.
3 Sensei passes. I mean, again, obviously you can't say, but is there like some sort of talks to try to balance that number
Yes.
out?
Yes. No, yes, there is. There, trust me, there will be um a lot of balance between the dojo ranks coming soon. So I think at the end of the 6 months, it'll be about even. It might be slightly in favor of Cobra Kai, but it'll be far more even than it has been. Again, the show is called Cobra Kai after all, but yeah, no, we realized that uh, there's a lot more Cobra Kai characters right now than there are Miyagi Do characters. And we also have plans for stuff with Eagle Fang. So like I said, there are a lot of things that we have in the works. You know, the Miguel costume pack was just the start of our Eagle Fang content. Um, you know, we've got a lot of guys working on a lot of things right now. Between some guys are on costumes, some guys are on content, some gameplay. Obviously, though, this was a big gameplay update. That was more of a focus here, and that was something we wanted to get out. I think a bit more as soon as possible before we add more Eagle Fang cosmetics and whatnot. But we got a lot of stuff. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff planned for the future. And I think everybody who's stuck around with us for this long will be will be happy in the next. I think over the next 6 months. And that's my genuine hope is that we can really make everybody as happy as possible with this. And yeah, as we continue to add stuff to the game to make it the best game it can be.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when at first when the Eagle Fang Miguel skin first dropped, I was like, at the time I hadn't gotten anything for the game, and I was just like, okay, we might have to make an exception here just because that bundle had like the card back and uh
Yeah, and
the
the red
quote.
T-shirt, and yeah.
Right, and then the costume. I was like, okay, I just want to have a nice, like, full Eagle Fang set because that's like my favorite of the three. And then I was like, as I started playing it more and more, I'm like, okay, I can understand why, even though like the premium characters and stuff aren't like objectively better or anything like that, why they're still purchased, because they're just like, it's just cool to play as them.
Mm. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that um like I said earlier, obviously as a free to play game, we need to try to um make money somehow, right? We make a little bit of money from the ads, but the bulk of our funds come from the microtransactions. And so it's just, yeah, it's about trying to make the characters as cool as possible. And we may have held some of the coolest characters back for that reason, but it's one of those things again where it doesn't affect the gameplay of the game. And so we think it's kind of just like a nice feather in people's cap that if you want to spend the extra money, if you want to support us, right? If you can buy Crease, if you pick up the VIP pass now, um, it hopefully goes a long way towards your enjoyment of the game, and it allows us to continue to make updates with the game, which is of course a very big deal to us.
Right. So like before I bought Dimitri, I pretty much was never on the Miyagi-Do side. Cuz none of the characters, cuz it feels like Dimitri play, cuz I mostly play as Miguel. So it's
Right.
like Dimitri is, I think, punch kick kick maybe.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I think that might be correct.
And I was just like, okay, so this is pretty similar to Miguel's thing, and I like Dimitri as a character, so I might as well get it. And yeah, the game is it's so fun. I really enjoy playing it. It's very cool how like you have like obviously you're getting to some of the most notable characters now, Johnny, Kreese, and then you also have like characters people might not know about, but like by name, like they just kind of see him in the show, like Abe and like
Right.
Nate and Bert. I mean Bert's kind of a meme, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, I for sure. Abe is I don't want to say a lesser character, but he does have a smaller role typically in the show. Same with Nate and Bert. They're not quite the main characters, but they are strong and important supporting characters. And who knows? The thing about keeping these characters around is they might grow and develop in further seasons. Again, I don't know what the showrunners are planning, but you know, if John Hurwitz decides that he wants Abe to be a major character in season 4, well, maybe we'll do some more Abe costumes and stuff like that. You know, excuse me. It just, yeah, I'm not, I'm not privy to that information, but
right.
yeah, we try to use, we try to make it feel as fleshed out as possible, and try and pay as much homage to the show as we can, with what we're doing here with the game. So
I don't know why I just like realized this, but even though like Johnny's out now, like the pass is out, Johnny
mhm.
himself really isn't out for another like 30 days because we have to unlock him.
Correct,
So,
exactly. With the way the pass goes, is that he won't technically be available till September the 2nd. But you know he's coming. You know he's this month's character. And then yeah, and then the way it's supposed to go is September 3rd. You'll know who the next character is going to be, and then it'll go like that until until we've released all the characters we have planned, and then hopefully we'll have a plan for 6 more after that. Who knows? We'll see. By then, season 4 will be out, and we'll have an
right.
idea of maybe there'll be some new faces to add, and some more stuff to add to the game. But we're excited for what's coming up in the next half year. I think that a lot of folks will be pleasantly surprised by what we're doing with the game in the next 6 months. So
So, I mean, I guess it makes sense with the VIP pass that passes now are gonna go closer to one into the other than
mhm.
one, then a break, then another one, then a break.
Yeah, no more breaks. The idea is there will be no more breaks now going forward. It will be like you said. It'll be there might maybe a day in between, but
Right.
honestly, it's going to basically be, yeah. Instead of waiting, several weeks to a month, it's going to be, you're going to basically be rolling one pass right into another. So if you have the VIP pass turned on, you don't have to worry. Every month it'll charge $4.99, and you'll roll right into the next one. If you don't want to have it every month, you can cancel. You're good for 30 days, like any other subscription in the Google Play or App Store, and you can start it back up for the next one or the one after, every other one if you prefer. It's your call, but it does make it going to be where we are stressing that if you want a certain character, you have to sign up for the pass, because if you miss it, um, we haven't decided yet if we're going to do like what we did with Stingray with certain characters, where we're going to add them to the store later. So we are stressing that it is probably best to uh, get it via the pass, because it will definitely be cheaper, much like we did with Stingray. We did add it to the store later because Stingray was so wanted, but he's a little more expensive than if you had gotten the Sensei pass when it had originally came out. So there is that there is that advantage of being first.
Yeah. By the way, random. I could probably just check later or whatever. But Johnny's signature move, I assume, is sweep the leg.
Yeah, we're not. We were. Yeah. No, of course. Yeah, no. We're. There's everybody's signature move is what you would expect it to be. Yeah. Johnny is going to be sweeping the leg as his signature. So, yeah. So expect that in 30 days.
Right. Yeah, that one. Like some of the signature moves, obviously for like Nate, it's like it's a little hard to come up with like a signature move for him. But like other ones like Robbie with the handstand kick, that's just like a easier thing.
Right. And of course, say Daniel comes down the line at some point, obviously his would be like crane kick and things like that.
Right.
But I'm not saying who's next or not. I'm not confirming or denying. But yeah, no, exactly. The signature moves that you would expect from certain characters will be in the game. What's going to be fun is um, deciding on the signature moves for some other characters who we obviously haven't announced yet.
Yeah, it's really exciting how, I mean, this is the first like major update, but like
Mm.
it's amazing just how in one update we're getting like the new pass, the playing with friends. If you've ever seen the Way of the Fist podcast with Cobra Kai Nation and Cobra Kai Kid, they did this thing where
Mm.
they did like a dojo draft, and now that you can like one on one against friends, it's like, well, they made, because they made like their whole like whatever like dojo roster or whatever. It's like now they could have actually hopped into the game and fought those characters against each other.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing is we're hoping this will provide a lot of fun for folks to provide personal challenges with their friends. It has been one of the most requested things that we put in the game, and so we wanted to make it a priority. We do have trust me, we have a list of things we need to add, of things that we're working on. Trust me, we listen. We are listening to the community. Whether it's Discord or Twitter or Instagram or email or Facebook. We have been listening, and we are trying to. These things take time, but we are trying to get these updates out as quickly as possible. We also want to make sure that they are working on day one. And of course, we want to make sure that everything worked, that everything is good to go. But we are super excited that we got this out. Again, it came out about 10 days later than we wanted it to for reasons on our side and reasons out of our hands. But we're really thrilled that it's out now, and we really hope that the community gravitates towards it and enjoys it. And hopefully, and we're going to start promoting the Discord a bit more, because I think it's going to be a great place now for players to exchange friend codes to play each other. You go in. All you have to do is if you go into a dojo, all you do is you hit the trophy icon, and you'll see your social board, and it says invite friends, and it's and you just change your status to make yourself available, and you exchange your names, and like I said, that's also where you can check your daily ranking. In fact, I can check right now, and let's see, whoever is Don Drigo is one. And what's great is too is that when you get a trophy now in that trophy room that you've had for so long with nothing in it, you get a trophy now if you win the daily leaderboard, and you can get those there. So that's something else you
That's
can add.
cool.
Daniel San, who I know from the Discord, he's ranked 4th right now. Get to work, Daniel. Um, but yeah, so I think that's a cool thing that and you get to actually see the top 7. Top 7 get rewards, but the top 1 also gets a trophy, which I think people are, it's an extra way to show off to your friends. Oh, look at what I've done here in the game. It's one additional thing to kind of toot your horn and uh, have a little pride in the game and how well you're doing, and again, get people back into ranked play and whatnot, because like I said, we are listening to the fans. We are listening to everybody out there. We are slowly but surely adding more stuff to the game that I think is going to make it a more robust experience for everyone.
Uh, Daniel, Daniel's in my chat. He just said, give me something to spend rewards on first. Obviously referring to, like, the cash and the coins, but
Well, that's fair, Daniel. I mean, that's fair. I mean, we're working on it, buddy. We're talking about it, but for now, this is how it is.
that is pretty cool that you can just that you get like the little trophies to put in the trophy room. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, we thought so. It's something we've had a plan for from the beginning, and again, this is these are things that we wanted to have in the game sooner, and for a variety of reasons and circumstances, things kept getting delayed internally, and the joys of game development. Um, sometimes you don't realize the issues that something could cause in a game until you start actually trying to put it into the game. Um, but we figured it out. We fixed it, and that's the thing. And that's what we promise is that we're gonna keep figuring it out. We're gonna keep working on it. Again, it's not an excuse, but we are a new publisher. We're a relatively young developer with Gamaga. Um, and of course, also we also have to work. We're working closely all the time with Sony Television Pictures, who of course is the licensors. Obviously, they own Cobra Kai. They're the ones who distribute it onto Netflix. So the three of us, we're constantly working on it. We're constantly working on ways to make the game better. And we hope to have some more big updates coming in the near future.
Yeah, it's very exciting every time that there's an update or a character or something, just because like it seems like there's a lot of ideas with the game and different things, and obviously takes time to get all this stuff out, but it's exciting to see features and characters that have been requested a lot starting to come to the game, and pretty quickly in comparison to like other games where sometimes it'll be like, oh, we'll add that eventually.
Yeah, no, it's one of those. Yeah, it is one of those things where I wish I could give you solid dates on some of the things that we're working on. Right, like it is true. It's like it is. We're working on tournament mode. It will come to the game eventually. I mean, like I wish, but these things take time. And again, sometimes there's things that can expedite that process, and sometimes there are things that slow that process down, which is why it's hard to kind of lock in a day and date for things. Even with this update, we thought it was going to drop 10 days ago, and then we found out that and I'm going to be honest here, thought it was going to be we found out we could get colorblind mode in. It was something we wanted to get in with this update. We thought it was important to help with the accessibility of the game and for the fans. And so we internally delayed it. And then we thought the update was going to drop 5 days ago, last Thursday. And then there was a couple of things that happened with Apple, and we realized we needed to make some tweaks. And we worked with them, and we've got that through, and they gave us the thumbs up, and now here it is this morning, or this afternoon. And it's just one of those things where sometimes things happen, and sometimes we get a last minute thing from Sony where they're like, can you add this? Or, Gamaga says, well, why don't we make this change? Or we on the publisher side say, well, look, it's very important that we get this into this update. So sometimes these things can move timelines and things shift, and that's why it's very hard to lock down a day and date. And all we can do, and I know it's frustrating for you guys as fans, for us to say, yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. I wish I could tell you more. I honestly do. Especially, it's my job to talk to you guys. You know what I mean? There's few people more frustrated than me, being like, why can't I tell them what we're doing? But that's the name of the game, right? Is that unfortunately, if we had dropped this 10 days ago, we wouldn't have had colorblind mode. And again, I think that was something for the accessibility that might not affect everybody, but there's enough people out there that it does affect, that I think that are going to be happy that we added that mode, and they're going to be like, you know what, it was worth waiting an extra week or so for it. So it's one of those things where, again, we just have to balance that, right? Like, where we have to say, is it going to be worth a week delay to get this in? And we all pretty much unanimously agreed yes. So it's a process, and I think that part of the reason why I was happy to talk to you today, Brandon, is that it was a chance for us to kind of pull back the curtain just a little bit and be like, we're people too. We're working on it. We're working as hard as we can. Trust me, guys. I mean, of course, we took a day off for the 4th of July or something like that. But for most part, we're working our tails off. We're trying to, especially in the dev side, right? And again, shout out to Gamaga down in Chile. They're the guys who are punching in the zeros and ones. You know what I mean? A lot of us here at the publishers, like, we'll have ideas, and we'll do some testing and things like that. We'll help them as much as we can, but they're the ones who are really putting the work in. and it isn't always easy. So yeah, we hear you loud and clear, and we could get your frustration. We genuinely do. But trust me, we are doing the best we can, and we appreciate everybody who stuck by us. We really appreciate it. Again, that's why we gave you Crease for free a couple of months ago. We might have some more bonuses in the future. Um, but it's definitely appreciated on our end, and we hope this update gets a lot of folks back into the game and makes a lot of folks happy, and understand that we got more coming. We do have more coming. So
I just had this random thought. It would be like such a perfect thing, but also like obviously this would require coordination with both show like people from the show and then people from Boss Team and Gamaga and everybody. But how perfect would it be if just somehow the tournament mode launched right around season 4 with the whole big that they set up for the All Valley in season 4 of the show.
wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, no, we've trust me, we're gonna try and get the tournament mode out before then. But I think I can confidently say that tournament mode will be out before season 4 drops. That should happen. Again, we don't like to commit anything in stone because you don't know what's going to happen between now and then, but trust me, the plan is to get it out sooner rather than later. So
Now watch because you mentioned that there's, a solid enough chance that the tournament mode comes out before season 4. Just Hurwitz immediately puts out a tweet. Yeah, it's out now just because he said that. Drop the season.
I mean, in that case, it's a win-win for you guys, right? You don't get tournament mode, but you got season 4 now to binge. Like, so, I mean, I think if John Hurwitz is listening, then I think he'd be. I mean, hey man, feel free to trump me with that. That'd be fantastic. Like right in the day of our update, like, oh, season 4 surprise. Like, I mean that. Good on him at that point. I mean, he's got a lot more power than I do. So, I don't think that's gonna happen, but yeah. I mean, again, we don't know when season 4 is coming. We don't know what's in season 4. We are in that regard. We are with everybody else. We are just fans, kind of waiting for more news. Especially because I mean we want to see it too because then we can add new characters. But yeah, no, it'll be or new costumes, new skins. But yeah, no, we're fans in that regard as well. We are right there with yous, and we're just waiting too. So fingers crossed that it's sooner rather than later. Last I heard, it was fourth quarter of this year. But that's I have as much information in terms of the television show. I have as much information as you guys.
So who would just random like season 4 question. Who do you think would win the All Valley?
You know what? That's a really great question. How funny would it be if both Miyagi Do / Eagle Fang, whatever hybrid they're now going to become, Miyagi Fang, I don't know, and Cobra Kai lost? What if there was another dojo that popped up out of nowhere and they won, and then like Kreese and Johnny and Daniel are just standing there like, we all lost? Well, how do we solve our problems now? And then you have another fight right there in the gymnasium that just breaks out all chaos, kind of like the end of season 2 in the high school.
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
don't know. I honestly don't know. If I had to pick, I would say you have to give it to Miyagi Do and Eagle Fang, but who knows? The last I heard, Ralph Macchio said in an interview that there were plans for 6 seasons of Cobra
No.
Kai. So who knows what cliffhanger they'll come up with next? Like I don't know.
The
That's why they get paid the big bucks.
the whole thing with Cause at the end of season 3, it was like Kreese is like, well, I'll leave if you guys win the tournament.
Mm,
But now they just did the well, not just, but a couple months back now they did the Terry Silver trailer. So that
mm.
clears nothing up because it's like they could go down the route that's like, well, Kreese leaves, but he leaves the dojo with
The dojo to
Silver.
silver. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not be surprised at all if that's the route they went. Um, but who knows? Only
Yeah.
only Hurwitz and Schlossberg and all the actors and they all know. You know, the show's in the editing room right now, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. I wish I did. I wish I did. I'll be binging it like everybody else. I binged it over that weekend, that New Year's weekend, season 3, and hopefully, season 4 will be out and it'll come out over maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas too or whatever, and we can just spend three straight days or so, or one full day if you really want to. I can't sit for 10 hours anymore. But so I had to break it up like 3 episodes or 4 episodes a day. But when we all just binge it over a weekend, a long weekend.
Whenever season 4 releases, I'm if there's any new characters in the show or anything like that, or returning characters or what have you, I think you're gonna have a nice influx of requests for different
Yeah,
things based on the season.
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and it's true, but it also makes sense because like we watch it as well, and they're like, well, let's add this, let's add this, let's add this. This plays to the game perfectly. We, and that's why too is that unfortunately the only unfortunate thing is that sometimes these things do take time. That's why it took us so long even to get the Eagle Fang, the modicum of Eagle Fang content out. Again, we're working on more, but it takes time. So, but yeah, we're hoping that we're looking forward to the challenge of adding more stuff to the game based on season 4.
It, it's so exciting to think like how, because there was the console Cobra Kai game, and that was fantastic too, but that was a game they released it, they maybe did a patch two maybe, and then that was it, the game was complete. Card Fighter is like an evolving game where more characters, more skins, more modes, more everything, and I love that in games because it's like, well, I could just keep coming back to the game. Oh, this month they added this. This month this character's in.
Right.
It's very fun in that way.
Well, we appreciate that, and that is one of the hopes too, especially again with this new VIP pass, that we will have new ways to encourage people to keep coming back every month, and that there's going to be new content rolling out on a more regular basis than it has been. This was a big hurdle for us to get over for a lot of things in terms of the online play and being able to challenge your friends. Um, Obviously you had online up to this point with ranked matches, but now being able to challenge your friends has been a huge it's a huge hurdle for us to cross, and I hope that it's going to open up a lot of doors and some more dominoes will start to fall, and you'll start to see more regular updates from us again. And again, we just wanted to say we appreciate everybody who stuck by us, and anybody who's joining for the first time, welcome. Anybody who's coming back, welcome back. Uh, you're all welcome back with open arms. We are ready to go. No mercy.
So one thing, I know you can't confirm characters or anything, but maybe you could deconfirm. So no way we get a playable Clarence, right? That's never gonna happen. The
We
the
can't we can't confirm or deny anything about what might be playable down the line or what won't be playable, but yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath.
I holding your breath until they let you play as the mouse that they showed in one scene. I don't know if that'd
Yeah.
be a long time holding.
Yeah, I do not we've got plenty of other characters that we can add to the game first. So
That's
yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't look for that anytime soon. Oh goodness. Ah. Well, Brandon, I really want to thank you for your time talking to me today. I unfortunately I'm kind of having to get back to things again. The new update
right.
just rolled out, and we've got a couple of things we got to take up around here. So I hate to cut this short, um, but I was if you have any other pressing questions, I'd be happy to answer them now. But unfortunately, I've got to I've got to get back to the off. I got to get back. Well, I mean, I'm work from home, but I got to get back to
Right.
uh, doing some stuff for the game. So I hate to just kind of with you there, but if you and then too, if more stuff comes out or whatever, if you want to do this again in a month or whatever, we're happy to come back again. I'm happy to come back again and talk more. But do you have anything? Unfortunately, I hate to do this to you. I'm a little strapped for time now.
Right. If there's anything you just want to say before you go, that's fine. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. Then you definitely have some work to do with the update just dropping.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? The update just dropped. We want to make sure everybody's aware of it. We got some stuff we want to post. We want to, obviously hype it up a bit, and I've also got to discuss my boss things with my boss and see how things are going, see how it's rolling out. Um, so, but yeah, if you haven't yet, obviously Cobra Kai Card Fighter, it's free on iOS and Android. Um, the VIP pass is a big deal for us. New characters from here until for the next 6 months at the very least. Um, Johnny Lawrence is this month's character. Um, Daily rewards, and now you can challenge your friends via and you can I think the Facebook stuff is working now, which of course was also a big thing that people were wanting. Um, yeah, we're super pumped. We really appreciate everybody's support. Brandon, I really appreciate you having me on your Twitch today. I really appreciate it. And I don't know if I guess I can give a quick personal plug. Listen to my podcast, Geeks Who Like Sports. And I'm also here on Twitch as well. It's just my name, Ray Carsillo. So just because, might as well, right? Why not?
Right.
But
That should have worked. You're playing last MLB The Show?
yeah, so I do a lot of baseball and sports streams and different things. I call them New Game Fridays. So last week we played the Ascent on Xbox Game Pass. But yeah, I figured get that personal plug in too. Might as well, right?
Right.
Everybody's got that side hustle,
All
right?
right.
So, but no, I really thank you, and I think everybody who tuned in. I think everybody who Daniel, I know was asking questions, and anybody else. So, cool.
All right. Yeah, maybe we could do this some other time once there's, more stuff coming out with, more passes, more updates, the tournament mode. But yeah, I appreciate your time, dude.
Brandon, thanks so much, man. Yeah, and then I'd be happy to come back when we do another update and talk about it with you. This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. But yeah, fortunately, I got to get back to the flow. So the workflow and the mines or whatever people want to call them now. So the online realm. But
All right. Yeah. Have a good
cool.
day.
Thank you, dude. You too. Take it easy. All right.
You too.